Now, the vehicle that you just described, how similar was it to the very first sighting that you had back in 1951?
Quite similar. It was about basically the same plan-form vehicle. They were double saucer, lenticular. But if you're going to be going in and out of atmospheres like Earth or other places might have, you certainly need a little more aerodynamic type of vehicle. And the saucer has the capability of going through the air at tremendous rates of speed and handling the bow and trailing wave without making shock waves. So it can be very silent while traveling at big rates of speed through the atmosphere.
But sightings of UFOs weren't limited to the military. Cooper has commercial airline colleagues who've also seen UFOs.
Yes, a friend of mine who was a captain on a major airline. At night, was flying along, noticed suddenly a big glow came off his left wing, and he looked out and this big saucer was sitting right off their wing. And so he turned slightly toward and it moved away, and turned back and it moved back in position. And turned to his co-pilot and said, do you see what I see? And he said, oh God, yeah, I do. And he trailed along with him for quite a period of time, then tipped up, climbed very steeply away. It was on Jim McDevitt's Gemini 7 mission, where they saw this glint of something metallic off in the distance. And he reported, and nobody had it listed on the ground, so he tried getting a picture of it, but the sun, unfortunately, was glinting off of it so bright. All you got is just the glint. There was no detail on what it was, but never any further sighting at all on
it. Years later, Cooper approached the United Nations with a proposal for a committee that would explore the UFO phenomenon.
All right, now tell me about the letter to the UN.
Well, the letter to the UN was in conjunction with the meeting that I had with Kurt Waldheim and the Security Council of the UN, to try to encourage the UN to establish a committee to start comparing notes and data and information, and to really look into all of this from an unbiased, neutral point of view.
Here's a quote from your letter. I believe that these extraterrestrial vehicles and their crews are visiting this planet from other planets and are obviously a little more advanced than we are here on Earth. And are you saying that's exactly why governments have been trying to keep this information private, because of that obvious advancement?
Very possible.
On the moon, we can visit other people with their habitation. We can keep track if there's something very important to be developed from the moon. I'm not sure what it is right now, and I sure think we should identify what it is for America to make such gross expenditures again for human habitation on the moon. We can help. We can join with. Together we can explore the moon and develop the moon. We should go boldly where man has not gone before. Fly by the comets, visit asteroids, visit the moon of Mars. There's a monolith there, a very unusual structure on this little potato-shaped object that goes around Mars once in 7 hours. When people find out about that, they're going to say, who put that there? Who put that there? Well, the universe put it there. If you choose, God put it there. Maybe
years that have dug into this, very talented people.
How about in addition to that, though? You know, we talk so much about the Roswell findings, what's there, what wasn't there, the secrecy surrounding that. But from your studies of astrophysics, from being an astronaut, from going to the moon, from studying the pictures of the galaxy, tell me something that you've seen or that you've studied that you just feel in your gut there is something else out there.
Well, that you're saying it right. It's an intuitive feeling. After looking at the heavens and the modern pictures of the Hubble telescope, from the Hubble telescope, and seeing the complexities and the beauty and recognizing the universe is much more complex and magnificent than our earlier pictures, our earlier understanding would have ever let us imagine. And so that, you're right, that's the intuitive aspect of it. But the real question here that we've been addressing is, have we been visited? Are we, since we are now a spacefaring civilization, having only gone to our own moon, but have our visitors, the aliens, have they come to us? And all the evidence is yes.
So what is it that you want to see the Obama administration release? What is it specifically? What do you think is there that we need to see?
Well, the other nations, and this has been a global phenomenon, other nations, and just in recent history, the Belgian nation, the French, the Brazilians, the Mexicans,